Billy Russell's Educating Rita has been a huge success worldwide, and it was a great movie. On the stage has been huge, and a great movie with Michael Caine and...
Julie Walters.
Julie Walters, of course. To play the role of Rita opposite Barry Crocker in the Australian stage production is one of our most talented actresses, Katy Manning. Good morning to you, Katy.
How are you?
I like that, Al, because you're a lady of the world.
Yes,
Aren't
I
you?
do get about a bit.
You do,
yes,
everywhere.
I do.
Where were you? You're here now. Where were you before you got to Australia?
Last weekend I was in America for the weekend. I just sort of...
Just for the weekend?
Just for the weekend.
Fabulous.
It's sort of strange. I left on the Thursday and arrived on the Thursday, and then I came back on... I left on the Sunday, and I got back here on Tuesday morning and started rehearsals.
Why did you go to America
why'd
for
you go
the
to America?
weekend?
Yeah.
Oh,
Shall I tell you?
Yeah,
Shall I tell you?
It's fascinating.
I actually went for a Doctor Who convention, and the Lord Mayor of Chicago declared it Doctor Who Day in the state of Illinois. Seriously,
Really?
because 2,500 people weren't going to go to work.
Yeah.
So he said, well, he might as well have the day off.
Isn't that brilliant?
Yeah, it was
Because it's become a
incredible.
great cult thing in America now,
I
Doctor
know.
Who, isn't it?
It's quite staggering, really.
Well, it is in Australia, too. Every time it comes on, it gets fabulous ratings,
I
doesn't it?
know. And
How
then there's
long-
still lots of fans around Australia.
But how long were you in it for?
I was in it for 3 years, about
Yeah.
20 years ago. That's why it's weird.
Yeah.
You know, suddenly something you do. I mean, imagine like in 20 years' time, which I think is quite possible, that everybody be tuning into this show
True.
and it becoming a cult show because you two are so funny. I can see this happening.
No, yeah. Now, what about... But how do you get on? Do you get residuals for that?
Yes, I think
Well,
so.
oh, that's
Little
good.
checks arrive
Oh, that's
periodically
good.
for 3 and sixpence.
Yeah.
You
That's
know.
good,
But it
darling.
mounts up, doesn't
But
it?
how did you get back? And you did the show with Andrew Denton on Friday night. You must have been really
Well, you
gone.
get used to it in the end, because I've been to America about... Prior to that, not to do a Doctor Who thing, but I've been there a couple of weeks prior to that.
Because you're a great mate of Lisa Minnelli's, aren't you?
Yes, Liza.
Liza. I always call her Lisa.
Excuse me, is
It's
it normally the
Like,
thing?
with this here.
No, usually work.
Isn't she godmother to one of
That's
your
right,
children?
yes. So I've been with her for 3 weeks in
I'd
New
love
York.
to meet her.
Oh.
I'd love
Oh,
to meet
she's
her.
wonderful.
Is
I mean,
she?
we've
Yeah.
known each other for 30 years.
Yeah?
Have you?
Yeah.
And really sort of good friends and
Oh,
nice.
listen,
That's
I mean,
lovely.
I have to tell you, we laugh so
Yeah.
much together. I mean, like, you know, that kind of
Yeah.
laughter, don't we? You're like,
I've got someone there that I do that with. Isn't it brilliant?
it's wonderful. And when we were little, we were having... Judy was then married to Sid Luft, you
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
And Sid, we were seeing, and of course we're hysterical. I mean, you've only got to bring a jelly to the table and I'm gone, you
Yeah.
know, I'm one of those.
Yeah. So how did you get to know them?
I met her at Miss Dixon and Miss Wolfe tutorial school.
Oh, at school?
Yes,
Did
it was a special kind of school.
Were your
Because
folks
Judy
in the
was in
business? Were your
England
folks
all
in the
the time.
business?
My father was a writer.
Yeah.
And I went to this school and I was there, and somebody said something awful to this girl next to me. So I stood up, you see, and I said, excuse me. I said, I don't think that was a very nice thing to say, and it wasn't, and went through one of those, you know.
Yeah.
And I sat down and I looked and I said, she said, oh, thank you so much. I said, you're welcome. I said, do you like boys? She said, yes. I said, will you be my friend? So,
Oh,
that's all you have to be.
Without
friends
being
ever
rude,
since.
what age were you? Like 10, 12? Or when you
We
met
were
her?
about 10 years old.
Yeah.
Because I was
Yeah.
saying, when we were sitting at dinner one night, and Sid Luft looked across at Judy, and he said, why are these girls always giggling? So Judy said, because they're 13, right? So we're in New York just recently, and we'd just been to see some movie or other, and Liza had said something, we came out, and we were rolling on the pavement. I mean, it's ruined her image now. I mean, everybody thought she'd got her act together after... Ruined. Absolutely wrecked. So, anyway, there we are. And suddenly, we are helpless. And Liza looked up at me, tears streaming from her. She said, can't you hear Mama now? They're giggling because they're 45.
That's
Nothing
lovely.
changes.
That's
does it?
lovely.
No. So she's godmother to your kids.
Yeah.
How many
That's
have you got? How many?
What, children or godparents?
Children.
I was going to say, got 2
Yeah.
children, 12 godparents.
2
12.
children, 12 godparents. You just wanted to make
I
sure,
was
did
so
you?
confused at the time.
Lots of close friends that you needed to.
Yes, they just
give that-
happened to be
yeah.
there at the time.
Yeah.
And with twins and on my own. I think-
Twins. He's
Yeah.
got twins.
Well, yeah, my
you?
twins are exactly the same age as yours, I think, 13.
Yes, that's right.
I got 2 boys.
Well, we've got them this far. We've done our
Yeah.
job.
Well, yours...
And 2 boys?
Yeah, I got 2 boys.
I've got a girl and a boy.
Girl
You
and a
don't do
boy.
a swap, do you?
Hey? Yeah, well, I was hoping I'd get a girl, but I had to keep going again till I finally got a girl.
Isn't that lovely?
Aren't they horrendous twins when they're little?
I know.
Did you do it by yourself?
Pardon?
Did you say you did it by yourself?
Hey, the miracle of mankind. You're just going to sign you up for a
raised
10 million contract.
I meant raised them by yourself.
I raised them, but I didn't,
Did you?
yes.
What a
yes, I
wonderful
did.
effort. because it's really hard, isn't
And that's kind of how I sort of got over here, because they were really sick. And so I thought, well, I better do something about this and take them to a country with a climate that's going to...
Were they asthmatic, were they?
I know.
Aren't they terrible? I mean, they're always... I got one down here the other day. I looked down, I thought, like...
I reckon if you super glued them to your skin, you could just permanently have them...
Surgical implant.
Yes.
So what was wrong with the kitty? They had asthma, did they?
No, yes, asthma, and then they got whooping coughs.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very badly, and she got so sick. And she was in the hospital for 8 months, and they were already three and a half months premature. So 1 pound 8 ounces
were they?
and 2 pounds 2.
1 pound 8.
I know.
It's about that little.
Ridiculous.
My twins were a month, 5 weeks premature, and they were nearly £8 each. You know.
£8
Yeah.
each.
And
16
Well, my wife
pounds,
does a
and
double
what do
act.
you get?
She does a double act. She does a double act in a circus as an elephant, you know.
she is not a big woman.
Oh, she's not. I
She's
didn't
not.
mean.
She wouldn't be now, would she?
But I used to wake up in the middle of the night. I never knew who she was breastfeeding, the twins or me, you know. It was unbelievable. No, I didn't mean that way, no. No, but I'd wake up and say, which one's this?
Oh.
We pulled the funniest little thing the other day. I was over on my block messing around, and one of the twins has got a mate who's a little Sri Lankan boy. Very, very dark boy, Sri Lankan. Yeah. So he's come over, and this guy was working on the block, and he said, haven't you got twins? I said, yeah, here they are now. And I didn't say, and the guy sort of, he looked, and then he went, and all day long he said, you sure they're your twins? I said, of course they're my twins. And the boys went along with it, and this guy must have gone home and said, hey, and he said he's got black and white twins.
Do you know, I think you can't you?
I think you can.
Without getting deeply into this, I think if you do it twice within 24 hours with one darker person and one fairer person, you
So
can have
two different ones.
There was a woman in
Two
Germany.
different ones in 24 hours?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, apparently there was a woman in Germany who
Yeah, I think
sued.
she was very friendly. It had nothing to do.
Is that right? I didn't realise
Well,
that.
yes, I read about this. I mean, all these things cross your mind when you're
It
having
probably came
twins.
from Bonn in Germany. Every little funny story
Well, I
comes
was in
from Bonn.
Africa when I got pregnant, so I mean, you made me think about things like that.
Now, look, you're here to do the play with
With
Barry
Barry
Aitken,
Katy
yeah.
Manning.
Yes.
Which starts when?
We start on the 23rd of April.
At the
Right,
footbridge?
that's
No,
No, not the footbridge,
close.
no,
Just
sorry.
keep going down the
Yes.
road a bit until you get to the opera.
Yes, sorry. I was thinking of Jerry's I'm sorry.
It's
Oh,
and it's a break.
The opera
Have you
house.
done it before? This play?
Yes,
Yes.
this is my third
Right.
time as Rita, so I think I might finally retire from Rita next
I haven't
year.
seen the play, but it's a great movie, but it's a great story, isn't it?
Brilliant.
I honestly, I truly think the play, as I do with Shirley Valentine, is better than
Is
the
it?
movie because
Yeah.
somehow it's much more intense.
Mm.
You know, you don't obviously with movies you've got to go outside, you've got to move around.
Make it pretty.
Yeah.
These characters are all brought in by the two people, as
Yeah.
indeed with Shirley. Just she colours in those characters for you. It's a
Yeah.
very strong play. Barry he's terrific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's really,
Yeah.
really, really good.
He's a class
He's
act.
stunning.
Yeah.
He's an instinctive actor.
Yeah.
You know.
Who have you played it with before? Have you done it twice before? And where? Where did you do it?
I've done it all through Melbourne. I did one-night stands all around Victoria. I've done
Really?
it in Sydney.
Oh, you lucky girl.
And I didn't have twins this time. I've done it
You're
a
a
lot,
good sport.
actually, you know. And we did it at the Seymour Centre
Right.
here, and I've done it at Phillip Street, and I did it with Peter Adams as well.
Oh, Pete, yeah, no, did you? Well, he's a New Zealander,
Sorry,
Peter.
Kirsty.
They live around the back of me.
Oh,
Peter and Kirsty.
well,
The
I
kids go to the
stayed-
same school.
Well, I was
Emma goes
staying
to-
there just last year
Were you?
with them.
Yeah.
You must have, you know.
You must.
just-
Did you hear any loud parties?
Well,
when you
That
were
was
shooting
my
it?
place.
That was him.
I did say who were those very noisy, boisterous,
Yeah.
outrageous
Vulgar.
people.
Now, fill me
Loud,
in. I
larrikin.
believe you love cars, which I do. I'm a bit of a car
Oh, I
Mickey
love a good
movie.
car.
But you can't drive, can you?
No, very fond of cars.
And you've actually had cars, but you can't drive them.
I've had cars since I was 17 years old.
Why can't you drive a car?
I think it's something to do with eyesight.
Yeah.
I think this has a little... I mean, I do wear very thick glasses, and then... I mean, I've got lenses in now, but they're not full strength,
Right.
if you know what I mean.
Do I
mean,
look like Tom Cruise?
darling, you look better than Tom
Oh,
Cruise.
great.
Oh, my
They're good
goodness
contact.
Because I have Tom Cruise in them. I don't see anything else.
Kate, you are delightful. I've been wanting to meet you for years. That's
Yeah,
been
you
tremendous.
too.
It's
Thank you, Kate.
fabulous. with
And
the
thank you, because
rock
I
and roll.
honestly do. I think this show is terrific.
Thanks,
Thank you
Kate.
very
Stop,
much.
will you?
Kate
Thank you.
Manning. No, we won't.